APL seal bearing, it's around here, like that, and it has a seal, closed seal, and it's in the housing. Put it in the housing, and you have an aluminite. Some of them have aluminite, some of them don't. So if you grease the seal bearing, you just want to put one according to the size is the amount of zerks you put in. Each pump give it a zerk. If you put too much in there, it's going to cause grease to burst that seal, and then you're going to have grease coming out all around it. And it pays to keep this top of this aluminite clean when you grease, just before you put the grease gun on there. Clean that off. Make sure it's always clean. And the best way to make sure it stays clean is after you grease it, wipe it free of all grease. And that way it won't pick up any dust and dirt. And don't over grease it, because the grease that you see on that bearing is not doing it any good.
So what you said something about too much grease is bad?
Too much grease is just as bad as none in some cases.
So it's better to have no grease in your machine than to have too much grease?
No, it's not better to have no grease. It's better to have the proper amount of grease than to have too much.
Say that again.
It's better to have the proper amount of grease than to have too much. Too much will cause misfunction on your seals, improper use for the seals. The seal is there to close in the bearing, keep out contamination. If you burst that seal, then it's going to let the grease come out and it won't keep it in there. And then wherever you got a lot of opening, you're going to have contamination getting in there, because dust will get in there. If you get the grease around the bearing, it's going to run, and it's not going to be real. It'll get kind of thin around there, and the dust get in there, and that's what's going to cause contamination.